Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. Well, today, if you haven't watched the video already, is going to kind of be a response to the video that Brian Barczyk put out earlier today. And I'm going to talk about more about me, who I am, and the influence that Brian has had on me as a way to say thanks for everything. So, I've got my boy Anubis here with me today. I'm Jack, and you're watching Python Addiction. Thanks for joining. This is a difficult video for me, as I'm still processing the video that I watched from Brian. It was hard. But I wanted to kind of do a little bit more of a history and let you guys learn a little bit more about who I am and why Brian means as much as he does to me. I guess we'll start, not from the beginning, but we'll start back in 2018. At that point in time, I was a reptile keeper. I did have a bearded dragon at that time, and I had been a follower of Brian on the Snake Bites TV for some time. I had started watching him in like 2010, I want to say, 2011, somewheres in that range, and it was something that I would watch regularly. Well, in spring of 2018, just as I was going through a separation with my ex-husband, I was diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer. And that was hard. Knowing the survival rates and everything like that, it changed me, for the lack of a better word. But I started chemo that summer, and I kept quiet. I really didn't tell many people of what was going on. It wasn't until after I had actually started going through treatments before I actually told my ex-husband. At that time, we were still technically married, but separated. I kept it to myself, and I went to treatments, and during the treatments, I would sit there and binge watch Brian and his channel, and a couple of other channels, and I got through it. I went through an entire round of chemo. They were able to do surgery and remove the tail end of my pancreas, and everything was hunky-dory as far as that goes. And I continued to watch Brian's channel, watch him evolve, and at this time, this was 2018, he had switched away from the snake bites stuff, so I was starting to watch more of his newer content, and I was really enjoying it, and it was inspirational for me. Then, shortly after I had finished all my treatments and everything, with my first round's worth of chemo, a friend of mine moved in, and I got my first actual snake. This boy right here. That's why he's with me today. And that started he was the ignition source right here, along with watching all of the different stuff with the different animals that Brian was showing on his channel and all of the different morphs. It just grew into a absolutely huge passion. At this time, my bearded dragon, his name is Stump, had passed away. He was 14 or 15 years old, so he was an older guy, and he was named Stump because he actually was missing the back half of his tail, as an injury when he was first born. He got into a fight with some of the other babies and lost his tail. Never got picked up at the pet store because he was injured or was missing part of the tail, but I thought it was cute. At the time, my husband thought he was cute, so he became ours. He became Stump. But he had passed away, so I had a longing to have something else reptile in my house to begin with. So that's why I got this boy. And things just grew. I got him, then I got Ra, and the collection exploded from 1 to 12 to, I mean, my collection now is, counting babies, well over 100. Well over 100. And it's not a bad thing, as long as you do it in proportion and you're able to keep them and keep up on everything that they need. But it grew into a lot more. In the birth of the pandemic of COVID, I had gotten some very bad news from the doctors when I went in for one of my scans, and this was in April of that year, that the cancer had come back, that they found a little something right at the surgery site, and that I needed to go back on chemo. That nearly broke me, and it was very, very difficult, especially with the concept that you couldn't have anybody else with you really in the hospitals. So I had to, at this point in time, do treatments essentially alone, without much of a support structure, without somebody being there for me. And so this time it wasn't my choice. It was kind of forced upon me. And that's when I started binging even more of Brian's content and seeing all of the positivity that he was given off in his videos. Then I found Adam Wicken and his channel, and just it sparked a little something in me. And I went through that treatment and went through the surgery, because they wanted to do a second surgery to remove just a little bit more of the pancreas. And thankfully, as of today, knock on wood, I'm still here, even though I can't hear anymore because of having the treatments. I'm still here. I was graced by God with the gift of continuing to be able to interact with other people, to share some of the passions that I have started growing into. And Brian and his channel, and seeing all of his constant fighting and never giving up, always having hope, instilled something into me. And it always will. It'll be like a little fire that burns inside of me to urge me to keep going, to keep dreaming, and to keep going beyond what you think you can do and do it. Aim for the stars. Well, back in the actually couple of days, the 4th of January 2022, I lost my job with a company that I had worked at for over 20 years. As post-pandemic, they started doing layoffs and things like that. So I had to figure out what to do. And that is pretty much what gave birth to Python addiction. I had thought about the concept of breeding in a way and sharing some of that passion, and I figured, why not? And continuing to watch Brian's channel, and even more of watching and seeing like Adam grow, it instilled into me that I could do a channel as well and share my journey and my struggles, my successes, everything with people. Even if it doesn't make money, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I get to give back a little bit of what Brian had given me in the inspiration. I get to share what was just something small that grew into a very deep passion and a very deep love. And it's hard. I'm holding back a lot of tears right now when I'm doing this recording for you guys. But it hurts to see him going through all of the struggles and the pain, as I know it deeply because I went through all of that pain. And I wanted to kind of convey to other people who may be going through that struggle or similar struggles, there's always hope. I know the doctors will give you statistics of you only have X percentage of being able to actually beat this. I'm not telling you not to listen to your doctors, but I'm telling you not to listen to your doctors. Just like Brian has done ever since he was originally diagnosed. He's never lost hope. He's never lost that dream or that drive, and he pushed forward even though the odds were stacked against him. Because you never truly know what's going to happen until it happens. I mean, personally, if I could, I would trade the gift that God gave me with him in a heartbeat. Seeing just how many people he has influenced, how many people he's inspired, how many people that have gotten into the hobby, started a business like me, started a channel like me, or has touched a snake for the very first time, all because of his influence, either directly or indirectly. That is his legacy. That is something that will live on in me and in everything that I do, in all of the babies that I produce, that'll continue in succession. So, Brian, if you are watching this, which I know at this point in time you're with your family and spending time with them, thank you. And if you don't get a chance to watch this and your family does instead, Lori, Noah, the whole crew, you guys have done so much just by being you guys. that you guys are part of Brian's legacy, no different than Brian himself. So thank you as well. You're in my prayers going through this time, as I know seeing the struggles with my friend who helped me through my battle, it takes a toll on you just as well. But that's what I wanted to share today, was what Brian, what you mean to me, what you've done for me. Words can never be enough. But God bless. And keep fighting as long as you can. Don't ever give up hope. But I know you're always going to be in my heart, no matter what. And I want to say thank you to all of you, my viewers, who've been growing with me and growing with this channel. It means a lot to me as well to share in this whole journey, to share in this whole process, to be part of such a large and warm felt caring community in the end. It's something, you guys are all my support group in one way or another, believe it or not. And I appreciate all of you, from the newest viewer to one of the first subscribers to the channel. Thank you to those few who do support me on Patreon. Every little bit of support that you guys give means a lot. And here, I am tearing up, so I told myself I didn't want to cry on camera, but here I am crying on camera. But thanks to all of you. If you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. I would appreciate it very much, as I would like you to be part of my journey. And also, hit that like button. Yeah, gotta get that in. The YouTube algorithm is funny that way. But you're all in my hearts as we all go through this struggle together. We're not alone. If anybody, my viewers, my supporters, any of you need to chat or reach out, my contact information is in the description below. You can reach out to me via Facebook or Instagram. I'm not a huge fan of Instagram. Facebook is better, but I will chat either way. Doesn't matter. If you're a Patreon supporter, you have access to my Discord. Always feel free to message me there. But until next time, thanks. I'm Jack. This is Python Addiction. Hey everyone. Sorry to cut in at the very end of the video here, but I wanted to kind of give an update as to the photo mosaic request, the call to arms that I did the other day. And I wanted to say thank you so much now for all of the support and all of the replies. I've gotten over 300 photos already, and it hasn't even been 24 hours yet since I posted that video. So I'm absolutely blown away and humbled by the response and your willingness to show the support to me, for me to be able to put something together for Brian's memory, for all of his family, the staff, and for all of you, as I do plan on posting the final mosaic here on my channel in a video format, and I also do plan on printing the final mosaic out, depending on how large it is. It might be in pieces, but I'm going to get it to them so they can put it wherever they want. If they want to put it in the Legacy Aquarium, that would be an absolute honor. But if they want to put it over in the Reptarium, that's fine as well. But it'll give them an option and the ability to see that they're not alone and that Brian's memory will always live on in all of us. And it's a small way to show that we're all there to support them as much as they support us. So, thank you again. I'm truly humbled at all of the feedback, all of the support, and I just wanted to say thank you. Keep everything coming as far as the posts. If you want to reply to that particular video or you haven't seen it, I'll put a card up here so you can go to that, and it'll be linked in the description below. So again, thank you very much. I love you guys.